So what makes people click? Click on ads, click on social media images. We're going to look at that in this first tip and experiment. One of the primary steps in digital marketing, including social media marketing, is to get more clicks. We need potential or current customers to click on our web advertisements or other visual content like social media images, whether that content includes image or text ads, as well as our social media images, text, or video. So why do people choose to click on YouTube thumbnails, Twitter images, Facebook posts, or other online images? Before we get into studies that look specifically at best practices in social media design, as well as scientific studies that show what factors lead to more clicks, likes, comments, fans, and customers on social media, we first need to understand the factors that affect click-through rate for online ads and images in general. We can then apply what we learn from those studies. To see what makes people click, we need to look at what makes people tick, and we'll be looking at that throughout this course. What are the proven scientific factors that lead to more clicks? Thankfully, there have been various scientific studies that have found factors that lead to higher click-through rate, including using specific colors, sizes, written content, and vividness such as animation. Click-through rate is the rate at which people click through an ad, image, or text. In one study in the Journal of Advertising Research entitled Effects of Configuration and Exposure Levels on Responses to Web Advertisements, researchers collected data from an advertising agency from over a year period, and they found that larger ads have a higher click-through rate than smaller ads. Another study backed this finding up. Featured in Journalism and Mass Communication Quarterly, researchers discovered that larger online ads lead to better comprehension of the content, as well as, similar to the earlier study we just talked about, higher click-through rate than smaller web ads. Some of the research on whether larger or smaller online ads generate more clicks should be taken into context. Researchers in the International Journal of Advertising found that larger online ads generate more clicks than smaller ads. However, larger ads in this study were often in the more prominent spots on a web page, so that is another variable to consider. People do love images and ads, according to one study in the Journal of Advertising. Researchers find that visual imagery in advertising can be just as effective as verbal content in terms of increasing the consumer's attitude toward the advertised products. Images can even have more of an impact than text, at least in some contexts. For example, pictorial warnings against the use of tobacco shown to French consumers were found to have more effect than just text. So the first principle we'll put into practice is that using images can be very effective in online ads, and that larger images have been found to lead to more clicks than smaller ads, and larger ads lead to better understanding of the content. We'll start with this simple finding and expand it into other criteria throughout this course, including numerous factors to consider to get more clicks, fans, followers, and customers. In this next step, we're going to create an online Facebook ad that is smaller in size and larger in size. We'll use Photoshop, the industry standard imaging editing software program, for photo editing, but there are a few other options to use as well, which I link to in the next lecture in case you want to follow along with other software. So let's get started editing.